So today we will be discussing a theorem which is related to the lattice points. It is called Minkowski's theorem, and it states that suppose we have a convex set on a plane and it is symmetric with respect to the origin. We will see what it means. And if this set has an area greater than 4, then K must contains at least one lattice point other than the origin. And spherically symmetric means if I replace any point by the negative of that particular point, then that particular point is also in the set. It is just a 180-degree rotation. So let's see our proof. So how to solve this particular problem, how to do this particular proof using some beautiful transformation. So this is our plane, and now we will draw our set K. So suppose this curve that I am drawing is the boundary in first and second quadrant of that particular set. So centrally symmetric means if I rotate the first one by 180 degree, then it will generate the boundary of the set in the third quadrant, and similarly can be done for the boundary of the second quadrant. It does not work only for the boundaries, it works for all the points inside the set. That means any point after rotating 180 degree will generate another point inside the set. Now this is any random shape, but it is true for any particular shape. So I can take the ellipse for our case. So this particular thing will be a little bit simpler to handle. So now let's see how to prove this. As it is already told before, this is our set K, and A is any random point inside this set K. And as it is random, let me write down the coordinate of A, which is x comma y. Now what we will do, we will draw the position vector of the point A, and let's name the origin O. Here it is. Now what we will do, we will mark out the midpoint of this particular arrow, that is the midpoint of OA line, and we will name it A prime. It is here. Now as it is already known that the midpoint, that is the coordinate of A prime, will be the coordinate of A plus the coordinate of O divided by 2 as shown here. So x by 2 and y by 2. Then we will apply a beautiful transformation which is actually the scale transformation, and this transformation is applied such that the point A goes to A prime for every possible point on this set K. This particular transformation will generate a new set which we will name K dash as shown. So this new set whose boundary is this new ellipse has a scale factor of 0.5. That means every linear factor has reduced by 0.5. So the area will be reduced by 1/4. So the area of new set is the 1/4 of the area of old set. Now as the area of the old set was just greater than 4, then we can say that the area of new set, that is K dash, is greater than 1. Now in some previous video I have discussed about a lemma which is called the Blichfield's lemma, and this lemma says that any set whose area is greater than 1 contains 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 whose difference create integers. So now let me mark out those 2 points and let's continue the proof. So I have drawn the point B and C which corresponds to x1 y1 and x2 y2 inside the set K dash. So let me write this down. So here are the coordinates of these 2 points. Now what I will do, I will again apply a stretching function by the factor of 2. That means I am again creating the set K from the K dash like this. Now the coordinate of B and C will be 2 times their previous coordinates. So this is their coordinates now inside the set K. Now as the set is centrally symmetric, I can rotate the position vector B by 180 degree and it will again be inside this set K, and let me write down the coordinate as B dash. Now what will be the coordinate of B dash? As it is a 180 degree rotation, there will be just a extra minus sign in the x and y coordinate like this.
Now, as the point B dash and C are inside this set K, that means that their midpoint will also be inside this set K, which is represented by the new yellow dot. And its position can be calculated mathematically, that is, its coordinate can be calculated mathematically, and this is the formula. And as you can see, its coordinate is x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1. And these two are actually integers. And hence, it is actually the proof that there is another integer point aside from the origin inside this set K. And I hope you have understood it. And this is all for today. And using this theorem, we can actually prove Fermat's 2 square theorem. So maybe I will show you guys later.